Hey everybody, this is the Curious Lock Picker, and I wanted to share a video in which I pick an ASSA Desmo. This lock has two sidebars, one on the left and one on the right, and each sidebar interacts with either 3 or 4 sliders. Therefore, commercial Desmo locks can come with a total of either 6 or 8 sliders. This particular lock has room for 8 sliders, but en route to that, I decided to pin it with only 3 sliders on each side. Note that, at the time of making of this video, both the 6 and 8 slider Desmo locks count toward a red belt. Each of the sliders has one true gate and 2 false gates. The sliders all start near the bottom of the keyway, and you set them by lifting them up. Normally, a lock such as this would pose a pretty serious challenge, and while this lock is quite difficult, it has 2 weaknesses that make it much easier than it seems. First, throughout the pick, you can rely heavily on vision to get information about the lock's state. For example, it's really easy to see the location and vertical position of each of the sliders. Additionally, it's easy to test if a slider is binding or not by jiggling it with the tip of your pick. Normally, a picker gathers this information by feel, but in this case, you can rely on your vision to do so. The second weakness is that the sliders aren't constantly under spring tension. This makes it so you can release tension and raise a slider without disturbing and dropping other sliders. While this lock is tough to pick, it's almost harder to film. You see, in order to see the sliders, you need to shine a bright light down the keyway. You also need to get your face pretty close to the face of the lock. It's quite difficult to film the pick without the light or your face entering the frame. That explains the weird camera angle. And for the purposes of this video, I decided to illuminate the keyway from the back of the lock. I've picked this lock many times by shining a light from the front, but the former makes filming much easier. Anyway, at this point, I'll sit back and let you enjoy the rest of the pick. If you have any questions about the video, feel free to ask.